So you've determined you want to call the listing agent first, so that listing agent knows that you're the buyer that they could recommend or should recommend to the seller, whether you're working with a listing agent or a buyer's agent. You've said, I need to make that listing agent know. You've determined in our rapport building video how you're going to do that to position yourself as the best buyer for this property. 2, now you're calling up on the phone. Let me just explain. I'm a listing agent. I get calls all the time, and people just start firing questions at me. And at some point, I'm like, am I revealing too much for my seller? Who is this person on the other end of the phone? Are they a person who wants to give me referrals? Are they someone who wants to write an article about a home? Are they trying to position their potential buyer and put some distance between me and the seller because I gave too much information and used that against me? I mean, I don't know what's going on. So I love when a buyer explains to me, hey, I'm a buyer. I'm not represented by an agent. Or if they are, I've been working with buyer's agents, but I'm not committed to them. Because then I know, well, I got to make sure that I clear that up in the writing in the future. I love it when people share valuable information with me. Already, my trust factor goes up. So instead of firing questions, explain who you are while you're in the market. It's all part of the rapport building. So it's an opportunity for them to say, hey, I'm a buyer, and this is why you might want to be working with me, and that's why I'm not wasting your time. So would you mind answering a few questions so I can determine my sense of urgency, how quickly I need to see the home, and what I would do next if I'm interested in the home. Like, that's the point. Let me know that, and boom, I'm already thinking of telling my sellers you're a good buyer, and the only question left is, are you the great buyer for them, right? So you let me know, and then you say, and since I'm trying to determine my urgency, I'd like to know, have a lot of people seen the property yet? Are there any offers? Is the seller looking at those offers yet? Are you, the listing agent, representing some of those buyers? That's my urgency. And maybe I ask a few questions about the specifics, like sort of like subheadings under those questions, so I can get a great feel. So in this step 2, I'm trying to continue to develop my rapport, or start my rapport off, as we covered in the previous video, in this free buyer series. Just go to winnerscheck.org. It's a buyer series on why, with all the information available on the net, working with buyer's agents may cost you tens of thousands of dollars and not ever allow you to buy those ideal homes, because the smart buyers, the experienced buyers, are going to the listing agent directly, and they're frequently well qualified because they've already lost out on others, and they're very motivated to close. You have to be in that group. Otherwise, you're going to likely settle for homes that buyer's agents can get you. And I talk about when there's exceptions in the free series of videos. So right now, you've done the subheadings, and then you're going to be faced, we're going to cover what you do with the decision matrix in a future video, where I do it. I go up on Zillow, and I go through the scenario. I determine how much the commissions are, how I can leverage it, when I surrender those commissions. It's when I give up procuring costs, and when I'm ready to go. This is the questions that go into that decision, what I call the decision matrix, so I can determine what's going on. So now I've got the information, and I may decide to go see the property now. Maybe there's an open house, maybe not. I can find that out now if I haven't already learned it on the internet. I can find out, if the we'll go through the decision matrix. You can see, what if the sellers are looking at the offers right now and they're going to make a decision? What do you do? Well, I can tell you that's an easy one. If I work with you, will you represent me? Can you get me in to see the property? I'm very motivated. Let's get moving. So we're going to go through the decision matrix, or at least part of it. I mean, there's a myriad of things that you could be in, but we're going to go through that decision matrix so I can give you a rough idea in that video where I'm going through Zillow. So go ahead, winnerscheck.org, catch the video series. It's absolutely free. I'm really intending to follow this strategy, to follow this format. Strategy, the story, like it's a parable, you can learn from it, and then how you can act, and then, how you could actually go further with us if you want us to represent you. But you don't need to. I mean, this is just to make you the better buyer. So talk to you later at winnerscheck.org. My name's John McConnin. I'm a real estate attorney and a broker.